We're near the San Ysidro border crossing in San Diego. This is the busiest land border crossing in the world, with 130,000 people roughly crossing this border every day. They're going to work, they're going to school, they're visiting relatives, they're going to dinner, all the while spending money on either side of the border. You shut that down, and of course you shut that off. We spoke with one woman who works for a transportation company. She lives in the U.S. The company has operations on both sides of the border, so she has to cross multiple times a week. She expects with a shutdown, she would be laid off, and she would not be alone.
You are affecting hardworking people that are just looking for a better life. So I don't think it's fair that you affect most of the community just to stop a few of the illegal immigrants.
And of course, it's not just people. About 5 miles from here is the Otay Mesa crossing. That's where the trucks go, part of the $1.7 billion in trade between the U.S. and Mexico every year. We're talking machinery, cars and carports, parts, fuels, agricultural products. You've heard about the talk of avocado shortage in the U.S. within 3 weeks. This shutdown or not, Homeland Security is already talking about moving personnel from ports of entry here to other parts along the border to stem what they call as a crisis. That means that there would be more delays at the border, and time is money, an issue that is continuing to go on. And a lot of people here are talking about, will it happen? Won't it happen? They do know that when the border was shut down for a matter of hours back in November, according to the local Chamber of Commerce here in San Ysidro, it cost just the local businesses about $5 million just out of a matter of hours. So multiply that if we have a lengthy border shutdown.
Hey, Scott, I know it's very early on, but have you heard of businesses coming up with contingency plans at this point? You start thinking about some of the big companies, too, that would be pretty drastically affected by this, somebody like a UPS.
Well, it's hard to come up with a plan when you don't know exactly what the administration is planning. But again, the one thing that they do know about, that Homeland Security has said, is that they're going to move personnel away from these ports of entry. Again, that's going to create delays for all of the commerce that's going on. And at this point, you can do little more than just kind of grit your teeth and get through it until we know exactly what there's going to be. There are also a lot of people who live in Mexico, work in the U.S. We know about labor shortages. That's going to be an issue. And the bottom line is that if this does happen, and it does go on for a long period of time, it's going to mean higher prices for consumers here in the U.S.